Charlie Hayes, the former Philadelphia Philly third baseman, played for a handful of clubs. And then the Buccos, 1996. Pirates signed Charlie Hayes to a free agent deal and played part of that 96 season with the Buccos. And as we're just talking to Ke'Bryan Hayes, he was always one of our favorites. That's a real student of the game. It is great to see Charlie Hayes again. Congratulations. This must be really neat for you.
Yeah, it's been an amazing day. I'm just so blessed to be able to experience this with my kid. You know, it's been a long day for me because I haven't. But man, he's so excited. He's ready to go too. You know?
He is. He was telling us that he absolutely cannot wait to get down to Florida right now and start playing and start the journey.
Yeah, he's been driving us crazy around the house. They stopped playing about May 15th.
Yeah.
And man, I think I've threw about 60,000 pitches since that.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's amazing, man. I've never seen a kid, you know, out where I'm at in Houston at the baseball academy, and I've seen a lot of kids come through there, but this kid here, man, his engine just never stops.
Well, he said he really understands the grind of what it's like to be a professional, and one of the first things out of his mouth that he said that you have taught him is that he needs to have a great work ethic, that he needs to take nothing for granted.
Yeah, just watching the guys. I know when I got up to the big leagues, I was fortunate enough to play with the Don Mattingly's and, you know, guys like that, the Barry Bonds. And, you know, what I learned from them was the way they prepared for the game each day. And I know my first year in the big leagues, man, I was shot at the All-Star break because I didn't know how to prepare. But that's one of the things that we stressed a lot with him. You know, have a consistent approach every day, and you know, he surprised me a little bit. A year ago from today, I would have said a college 100%. But man, he grew unbelievably far as you know, his approach to the game, staying focused, being disciplined, and the whole Hayes family is very proud of this kid.
Well, it's the second son that has actually played pro ball. Your first son was with the Tampa Bay Rays and was an outstanding pitcher and got hurt. So it's definitely in the bloodlines, obviously. And Charlie, we asked Ke'Bryan if he could hit as good as his dad, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm a much better hitter than Dad."
Much better hitter. I mean,
yeah,
what's with that? I mean, that's saying something because you can swing the bat.
Yeah, he didn't see me, you know, unfortunately, but. You know, for me as a father, I hope he is a whole lot better than I am. But
let me ask you, when are you more nervous, when you were hitting or watching him hit?
Watching him.
Right?
It's unbelievable, Bob. I'm just telling you. You know, I've never been so uptight, and it's been like that with all the boys. You want your kids to do well. You want the best for them. And I tell you what, I remember watching the other boy pitch, and every ball he threw I thought was a pitch. I mean a strike. But when I was hitting, I thought they were all balls. So, you know, you learn, you adjust. This kid here has been a lot easier for me because I've been through it a little bit. But he makes it easy because it doesn't matter if he's 0 for 4 or 4 for 4. The next day he shows up at the building and he's going to work just as hard if he didn't get any hits as he did when he get hit.
When you're out there playing every single day, you are going to have those down days, those bad days, 0 for 4s. You got to come back from that, and that I really got the impression that he realizes that.
Yeah, you know, he's been fortunate. You know, he's always caught the ball, so I wasn't never afraid to play him up against older kids. And he had some rough days out there, but you know, he learned from them, and you know, we just always put him out there. One of my good friends that played with the Phillies.
The Pirates are going to score a run here as McCutchen not only singles home the run, but takes off for second on the throw to the plate, and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead.
I tell you what, he's on fire. I've been watching. I watch baseball every day. I love baseball, and I'm flicking through the channels, and I remember a quote he said, man, I'm tired of going 0 for 4.
Yeah.
But you know, just from being around some of the guys that play for the Pirates, they said his motor never stops. He's an unbelievable worker. And you know, I always believe no matter how good you start out, no matter how bad you start out, usually what's on the back of your card, that's where you end up at.
That's right. It all ends up coming there in the end. And he's a great leader for this team as far as the way he plays the game, the way he takes responsibility. That quote you're talking about from about a month ago or so, when he was really scuffling, I mean, he put it all on himself, and that's what you want to hear from your leader.
Yeah, most definitely.
Certainly that.
Most definitely. I told my kid a long time ago, when you compete against others, you become bitter. If you compete against yourself, you're going to get better. And the biggest thing is just being truthful to yourself. And my kid bought in, and here we are today, sitting here in Pittsburgh. Dream come true for me as a father, and I just can't, explain what he feels. He doesn't get excited, but he's very excited. More than anything, I say, hey, we got to go to Pittsburgh, sign your contract. And he's like, why I got to go there? Can't I just go to Bradenton? So
look at him taking in the game right now. He's not aware that he's on camera there, but you talked about how at 10 years old you knew this kid was a student of the game.
We were at an Astros game, and I was telling him, I said, man, you see how far back where I hit that ball? And he was like, yeah, but you see how fast his hip turned? And I knew right then that this was going to be one of those kids. So, I try to instill work ethic in with him. And, he's bought in, man. And, I remember this kid hit a ton of home runs as a 10, 12-year-old. And everybody was like, hey, you should be excited. I was excited, but I also was wondering why he was falling 2 times on a home run before he got to home plate. So fortunately, they started this program called Velocity, and he's put in the time. And we're blessed, man. I tell you what, this kid here is low maintenance as they come. You give him a ball, a bat, and a glove, and he's happy.
It's really so cool to see how he's taking in the game and all this. And he talked about this ballpark and how neat this was, but as you say, he's not overwhelmed by it. He loves it. He loves the game of baseball. Like his dad.
I was a little worried, like I was telling you guys earlier, last year at this time, I'd say college player, but the experience that he got to go through last summer, playing with some of the kids that they were saying was the best, and me as a dad, I always try to keep it in perspective and just told him that he needed to continue to work. But I asked him when we came back from the USA thing over in Mexico, what did he take from this summer? And he told me, because he's never one of those kids that talk about himself, but he said, Dad, I'm just as good as these other kids that they say are the best ones in the country. And I talked to the wife and I said, you know what, I think this kid's ready to go play baseball.
Charlie, what's this experience like compared to when you signed with the Giants?
Oh, this is just totally different.
Is it?
Yeah, it's totally different. They treated, the Pirates have really treated us as a family well today, and I'm sure it's going to continue. They showed us everything. They laid it all out on the table, and the biggest thing that you worry about, and I worry about, is just him staying healthy, and hopefully one day he'll get up here and be a major leaguer. The draft was going on and leading up to it, and they were asking me who I thought would take him, and I always said the Pirates. And they asked me why, and I said, well, this kid here is a blue-collar worker when it comes to baseball. And from what I remember in Pittsburgh, that's how all the fans were. Jeff King, Jay Bell, they all worked like that. And I just always thought that this would be an ideal fit for him. And hey, his dream came true.
That's so interesting because you played for a handful of other clubs that in a long time with the Phillies and the Giants and the Yankees, and so in your own mind you could have thought to yourself, boy, I'd love to see him wearing a Giants uniform or a Phillies uniform, but that's really cool. You thought that the Pirates were the perfect fit.
Yeah, man. He's like I said, he's low maintenance, and that's what I remember most about Pittsburgh. We had some tough times when we were here. But the fans that came, they were 100% for us, and I loved it. I think it was the greatest experience in my life, getting to play for Jim Leyland, a great guy, Milt May. I mean, you could just go on and name the guys that were here, and they always treated me with respect. I think they appreciated the way I went about the game. I try to learn something every day, and I just try to instill that into all my kids. So, you know, to see him here and be as happy as he is, that's what every parent wants. And, you know, I'm just happy to see him start the next chapter of his baseball career.
Well, it's really neat, too, that the Pirates have turned this thing around and back to being a real proud organization. And as your son mentioned, how cool it is to see a crowd on a Tuesday night.
This is a good time to be coming into the Pirate organization. It went through that long dry spell. It's not like that anymore. This is a great organization to be in. You got a good chance to win and have postseason experiences.
Yeah, I was talking to the manager earlier, and I watch him a lot. And he was in Colorado when I was there. And,
that's right.
Clint Hurler. I've never seen a more positive guy in my life. And you know, today down on the field talking to him, you know, he expressed that you know, hopefully everything works out. And you know, that's where I got one of those cliches from about trying to be better than you were yesterday, and that always stuck with me. And like I said, I try to use it and express it to all the kids that I come across So I love Clint. He was a big part for me. You know, it's funny. Nick Labor was my first major league manager.
Oh my gosh, is that right?
So I got to see him, and you know, it's just great. I talked to Jeff Brinson, and then I also saw Fisher, and there was some guys that I played against, you know, throughout the minor leagues. And to see those guys over here, those are quality individuals, and it makes me happy to know that my kid landed in a place where you know, they not only care about the ball player, they care about the family. So it's an ideal situation, and again, I say we're blessed, man.
Well, next March you're gonna, I'm sure, be hanging around Bradenton a little bit then.
Yeah, I'm always down in Florida.
You gotta come by and see us during spring training.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I do a little bit of stuff with the Yankees, and but now I think I'm gonna try to get that same little gig with the Padres.
Yeah. Now you're talking, Charlie.
Put some black and gold on. There you go.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's ironic. You know, we out at my baseball academy, we were sponsored by Team Marini, and it was black and yellow. So this morning I talked to the wife. I said, did his advisor send his spikes? She said, no, he stopped by the facility and grabbed a couple of pairs.
All right.
You know, it's weird, man. You know, it's just, you know, I don't know what made me think the Pirates, but I thought that from day one when we realized that he was going to get drafted. We didn't know where. I don't think he really cared. I didn't either. And, you know, we're blessed. Like I said, I know kind of what he feels, but, you know, I want him to enjoy this, and I just try to stay out of the way and just watch him. You know, he grew, he's improved every day, and I just love the fact that I get the opportunity to watch it. You know, it drives me crazy once the game starts, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Well, it's
going to be a lot of fun for us to follow him now and watch how he moves along.
It's going to be great to watch Charlie Hayes' son, Ke'Bryan Hayes, as he becomes a Pirate someday and grows through the organization, and he'll be wearing the black and gold.
Yeah,
I
talked to several guys, and they asked me, you know, and I just tell them, I said, you know what, this kid, if he doesn't make it, it ain't going to be because of his work ethic. And knowing that as a parent,
he's going to make it.
He's going to make it.
Yeah.
He's got his dad's bloodlines. Charlie Hayes, the original Charlie. Charlie Morton is coming up. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you guys for having me.